Hello, we'll be discussing causes of ocean currents. Causes of ocean currents. Or we can call them factors affecting the ocean currents, or factors affecting the ocean currents. The design of ocean currents. Ocean currents which we see on the world map, is a combined effect of the following 5 factors. So we'll be discussing here 5 factors. So design of the ocean currents which we see on the world map is the combined effect of following 5 factors. And these are first, planetary winds. They are as well called as prevailing winds. They are kind of permanent winds. And second is variation in temperature, that is variation in seawater temperature. Third factor, variation in seawater salinity. So it's the variation in density of water. Fourth is rotation of the earth. And the last, fifth, configuration of the coastline, the shape of the coastline, how they have been arranged. So configuration of coastlines. Among these 5 factors, planetary winds plays the major role. It plays the leading role in shaping the ocean currents. So we'll start with first cause, that is planetary winds. Before discussing how planetary winds affect the ocean currents, how they play the important role or the leading role in shaping the ocean currents, let us discuss a little bit about planetary winds. So this is our Earth. We'll be discussing different pressure belts and the planetary winds. At the equator, we have the low pressure belt, that is equatorial low pressure belt. It is at 0 degree. So we can take 10 degree on both sides. Or at 30 degree, around 30 degree, we have subtropical high pressure belt. So wind flows from high pressure towards the low pressure. So from 30 degree, this is subtropical high pressure belt, the wind will flow towards the equator. But as we have seen the Coriolis effect, because of the Coriolis effect, winds in the northern hemisphere, they get deflected towards right. And these are the trade winds. They get deflected towards right. These are the trade winds. And they are called as northeast trade winds. The reason is the winds are named after the direction of their origin. So they are originating in northeast. They are coming from northeast. So they are termed as northeast trade winds. The direction from which the winds are originating, from which they are coming, they are named after that direction. So these are northeast trade winds. They are originating in northeast. Now here, second one, between 30 degree and 60 degree. Here we have the subtropical high pressure belt and here temperate low pressure belt. So wind will flow from high pressure belt towards the low pressure. Due to the Coriolis effect, the wind will get deflected towards the right and there will be more deflections. They seem to flow from west, or we term them southwesterlies, or simply we call them as easterlies. And here we have easterlies. they are polar easterlies, polar high at the pole. So from pole, the winds are moving towards temperate low and they get deflected towards right. So they seem to flow from east, and that's why they are termed as easterlies. And similarly in southern hemisphere, here southeast trade winds, they seem to originate from southeast. They originate from southeast. Therefore, they are called as southeast trade winds. Among these 5 factors, planetary winds plays the major role. The leading role is played by the frictional drag. Role is played by the frictional drag. Frictional drag on the surface of the water, on the surface of water by planetary winds. As the planetary winds moves, due to friction, water on the surface as well moves, and it gets deflected towards right to the direction of the wind. So if this is the earth, this is the low pressure belt, this is the subtropical high pressure belt, equatorial low pressure belt, subtropical high pressure belt. So trade winds, because of Coriolis effect, they are deflected towards right. Now because of the same effect, water will get deflected towards right to the direction of these winds. So this will be the direction of the water. So this is how water get deflected, it get dragged. And most of the ocean currents, most of the ocean currents of the world follow the direction of planetary winds. Direction of planetary winds. Ocean currents mainly follows the direction of the planetary winds, and this we can mainly witness in Indian Ocean. In Indian Ocean, when the seasonal reversal of winds take place, that is monsoon, seasonal reversal of winds. Monsoon occur. So in Indian Ocean, when seasonal reversal of winds take place, the ocean currents as well get reversed. The ocean currents also get reversed. So get acidy. So thus we can see in Indian Ocean, we can witness in Indian Ocean that with the change in the direction of winds, that is seasonal reversal of the winds, the ocean currents as well gets reversed. So planetary winds, they are playing very important role. They play the leading role in shaping the direction of flow of ocean currents. Now we'll be discussing second cause of ocean currents. Second one, variation in seawater temperatures. As we already discussed, as temperature increases, density of water decreases. It becomes less dense. So as temperature increases, density of water decreases. Therefore, as a rule, we will follow, surface water moves from the areas of low density to areas of high density. So the surface water, it get heated, the temperature increases and it becomes less dense. So it will move from areas of low density. Therefore, surface water will move from areas of low density towards the areas of high density. So for example, so it's the earth, here we have the equator, 0 degree. Mainly the heat is concentrated in the equatorial region. Water here, it get heated, temperature here increases. As the temperature increases, the density of water will decrease. As the density decreases, the water in this region will become less dense, it will become more light. Water will be more light. Now it will move towards the poles, it will move towards the colder regions, this water will move towards the colder region, and being light, it will move on the surface. Now as it moves on the surface, so if this is the equatorial region, as it moves towards the pole, on the surface, water from colder region will move towards the equatorial region, but beneath the surface. Warm water will move from equatorial region towards the polar regions, towards the colder regions, and water from colder region will move towards the equatorial region, but beneath the surface. So this is called our surface current. And dense water from colder region, it will move beneath the surface. This will called as subsurface current. What is happening here? Here the temperature increases. As we move from equator towards the pole, the temperature decreases. So here water will have high temperature as compared to water towards the pole. Therefore, as a result, this hotter water, being light, it will move on the surface towards the colder region. And the colder water, being heavy, it will move beneath the surface. And this will called as subsurface current. Fourth cause, we will be discussing fourth cause, that is variation in seawater salinity. As a rule, we have already discussed that surface water moves from the areas of lower density to areas of higher density. Therefore, the surface water moves from the areas of low density to areas of high density. As we know, amount of salt in seawater varies from area to area, from one part of the ocean to the other part. So amount of salts contained in seawater vary from one part to the other part of the ocean. To other part. As the sea salt water salinity, as salinity increases, density increases. So if water contains more salt, its density will increase. As density increases, it will become heavier. Water will become heavier. If salinity decreases, density decreases. Water will become lighter. It will be lighter in comparison to the surrounding water. So this is the relation: salinity increases, density increases, and water will become heavier. As salinity decreases, density decreases, and water will become lighter. If this is the Earth equator, In the equatorial region, there is low salinity. There is low salinity as compared to the tropical belts. At tropical belts, high salinity is there. Reason for such we will be discussing soon. At equatorial region, we have low salinity. Low salinity means here water will be lighter. Less dense water will be there, and due to less density, water will be lighter. Being lighter, it will move on the surface. Being lighter, it will move on the surface towards the tropical regions. Towards the tropical regions. It will move towards the tropical region. And this water from equatorial region towards the tropical region, it will move on the surface because it being light, it will move on the surface. It will be a surface current. Here we will be taking two factors to decide the density, that is temperature and precipitation. These two factors we will be discussing. So first I take the equatorial region. In the equatorial region, temperature is high. Here we have high temperature. So more water will be lost due to evaporation. So it will be denser water. But here precipitation is as well more, that is rainfall. Here rainfall is more. Therefore this rainfall, this precipitation compensate for the evaporation, and that's why here is low density. But here in tropics, temperature is high, not as much as compared to the equatorial region. Here temperature is high, but precipitation is very low, low rainfall. So here water lost by evaporation is not compensated by the precipitation or rainfall. Therefore here water is having high salinity, water is more dense. So we can write it as tropical belts. Have highest salinity due to high temperature, and due to temperature evaporation is taking place. So water is lost in the tropics because of evaporation, and that's why there is high density of water here. High salinity is there, and that's why density increases, evaporation and low precipitation. That is rainfall. So here rainfall is not able to compensate for the evaporation then as compared to equatorial region. Equatorial area. Maybe the temperature is high. Even temperature is high in the equatorial region, but here water is less dense because it is compensated by the precipitation, that is rainfall. Maybe the temperature is high at equator, but evaporation creates precipitation, that is rainfall. Which compensates or dilute the salt in the ocean. Due to heavy rainfall in the equatorial region, here we have low salinity as compared to the tropics, even though we have high temperature in equatorial region, but here water is less dense. That's why it moves towards the tropics. It moves towards the high salinity water.